Guess what? President Trump is historically distrusted. The Hill reports, according to a new poll, Trump has seen the number of Americans who would describe him as trustworthy or honest dwindle since returning to office. An Economist/YouGov survey released earlier this week found 31% of respondents would use the labels to describe Trump, marking a second-term low for the president. In March, 33% of U.S. adults said the same. So we're down 2%. About 53% in the latest poll called the president not honest and trustworthy, down from a second-term high of 55% in July. Another 16% said they were not sure. Trump also garnered 44% favorability in the survey, with 52% of respondents saying the opposite. Trump's approval rating sits at 44.4% in Decision Desk HQ's polling index, while his disapproval rating is at 51.7%. So he's underwater pretty badly. In the past month, the Trump admin has been met with controversy around its handling of files linked to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. The president has also received criticism after he fired the Bureau of Labor Statistics chief following the most recent jobs report. The Economist/YouGov poll took place from August 9th to 11th with 1,635 respondents and had a margin of error of 3.5 percentage points. Okay, so this is not overly surprising in light of some recent news. The news especially about Epstein, where, he keeps just digging himself a deeper hole. He goes out there and even disparages people who support him. And he says, if you're hung up on this Epstein thing, if you're seriously questioning me on it, you don't actually support me. Why do you want these files released? By the way, the files were written by Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton, James Comey, John Brennan. Yeah, they're all just a sham. And then some of his supporters also, ran with that, but also said that Bill Clinton is in the Epstein files. So that's kind of a weird double talk. But yeah, he has not been acting trustworthy at all lately, and he doesn't even have a high bar to begin with. He has a very low bar to come off as trustworthy because he's normally very easy to distrust. And we talked about this actually after he got elected, where there was this poll about how Americans didn't trust him. They didn't even trust him after they elected him, but they just wanted someone who would be effective, so to speak, someone who would be efficient, someone who would get stuff done, or at least make them feel like they're getting stuff done in the country. They felt like they had these urgent issues that were not being addressed. Kamala Harris said that she would be no different from Joe Biden. So they felt like, we want to take a speedy U-turn away from what we perceive as the wrong direction, and we want to fix these problems. But yeah, we definitely don't trust him. That was the general sentiment, actually. And so I talked about how this might signal that we're drifting away from a desire to have leaders who come off as super honest and polished. And you know what? Just make promises about, I'm going to fix this. Let me tell you, I alone can fix this. I will do this so fast. And he already broke a lot of his promises to get stuff done really fast. He promised to end the Russia-Ukraine war within about 24 hours after taking office. That did not happen, and so we all called him out for that, and he hasn't referenced that promise ever since. He hasn't come out and admitted that that promise was broken. He's meeting with Putin, or he just met with Putin, and there are people on the right talking about, this might be at the end of the war. He might end another war, even though he didn't end any wars, actually. But they're like, this might be the end of the Russia-Ukraine war, and if he can end this, he definitely deserves a Nobel Peace Prize. They already think he deserves a Nobel Peace Prize anyhow, which, I talked about how he got nominated for that, both by a Georgia congressman, a Georgia Republican, and Benjamin Netanyahu himself, which, by the way, the mere fact that Benjamin Netanyahu nominates you for a Nobel Peace Prize should immediately say that you don't deserve the Nobel Peace Prize. It should make you ineligible for it, because that guy's opinion should be in the gutter right now. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, or subscribe to the channel. This is the more the merrier, and I look forward to speaking to you in my next video.